So once again, we're doing something a little different with this committee meeting, and we're turning it into a town hall style discussion. My name is Emily Masters. I am the District 3 representative on the Board of Education, and I also serve as the liaison to the Metro Schools Parent Advisory Council. And so this is a Parent Advisory Council town hall. The two topics chosen for discussion today are academic supports and social emotional learning supports. I want to start by mentioning our meeting norms. The first is that the Advocacy Committee Chair will call the meeting to order. Questions will be limited to the stated topics for the meeting, and that a facilitator will call on attendees to ask questions. Actually, the way we found out last time, it works a little better. We had some folks submit questions ahead of time, and then we're also going to pass out note cards for y'all to write your questions on. We'll get to as many questions as we can, and we will also we'll consolidate questions if we have duplicate questions. If we have questions that aren't about the topics of the day, we will not address those. So that's pretty much what my job is. And I am going to actually, before we even start with the questions, I'm going to give both of our guests the opportunity to just introduce themselves, tell a little bit about what they do in the topic areas for today. I think very highly of both of these individuals. And they are, I believe, the perfect experts from within MNPS to speak to our academic supports and to our social emotional learning supports, but I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about themselves and their roles within MNPS. And y'all, who wants to go first? And let Dr. Springer.
Okay. David Williams. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am Michelle Springer, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Chief of Student Support Services in Metro Nashville Public Schools. I get to serve and support 80+ thousand students, right? They are our assets, and I get to do just that, which is a complete honor. I get to serve a team that is designed to identify and eliminate inequities and to make sure that our students, our staff, our teachers, our community are equipped with addressing the needs that arise. Included on my team, I just have to give them a shout out, and some of them are here tonight. They work hard day in and day out to support our students and student support services. That includes, of course, the social emotional learning team, to include behavior supports, restorative practices, attendance, our community achieves, counseling, discipline, extended learning, family engagement, parent engagement, social work, special populations, student health, trauma-informed practices, Tennessee Safe Schools. And I'm sure there are many, many, many other streams of work that are included, but I just want to say thank you to the team for all the work that you do day in and day out. And I'm excited to be here to further the discussion around the personalized dashboard. Now that we have this information, now that we are grounded in diversity, equity, and inclusion, how might we push the conversation forward? How might we support our students, staff, families, and communities to meet their needs? And good evening. Dr. David Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Springer. I should have gone first. But I always forget she brings the passion and the energy, and I always have a hard time following that. But good afternoon, and glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation to be here, and happy Thanksgiving. Before I get that over with, it's Tuesday night before a big holiday week, so the fact that you all are here, says a lot about your engagement level and your commitment to all of our students. So I just want to commend you and acknowledge that. So I'm the Executive Officer of Teaching and Learning. So that's pretty broad, but it means a few things. I support a wonderful team of folks that are really charged to ensure that our students receive quality instruction every day. So I have the honor and privilege, again, of serving a team of amazing professionals that lead our exceptional education department. Debbie McAdams is here, acknowledge her. We have the Office of English Learners, led by Executive Director Molly Hegwood. She's also here. Our curriculum instruction executive director, that's all of our academic content areas. So you've probably heard something about ELA adoption or Wit and Wisdom probably somewhere, or you've read about it or heard about it. That falls in line with our literacy department within our curriculum and instruction team. Our curriculum instruction team, of course, has the math and the world language and the social studies and the science, et cetera. We also have a new department that was formed over the summer, College and Career Readiness. Is really thinking about what it looks like to ensure every kid is post-secondary ready. Whatever that option is, whatever opportunities avail themselves for kids, as long as they're ready to meet those challenges once they graduate high school. And that's a combination of all of our advanced academics work that spans pre-K to 12, our academies of Nashville and CTE work as well, all of our early and post-secondary opportunities around dual enrollment, dual credit, AP, IB, Cambridge, et cetera, and also our ACT preparation, as well as our AVID. So all of those programs live within our College and Career Readiness Department, and that's led by Executive Director Matt Nelson. We also have our multi-tiered system of support. That is the one thing that sort of spans and has tentacles across every single department, essentially in our district. But that's where we look at providing academic and behavioral supports across the continuum. So what are the universal supports, and then what are the more targeted supports that intensify based on kids' needs? And that's led by our director, Katie Patullo, who's also here. And then last but not least, pre-K. So pre-K, our early learning department, is also part of our academics team. And we have our 4 early learning centers that are exclusively pre-K. And then all but a few of our elementary schools have a pre-K program in there as well. So that's a little bit about the team. I will, as on a personal note, if that's okay, Ms. Masters. So I'm from Nashville. Just real quick about me a little bit. From Nashville, went to Norman Binkley, went to Rose Park, went to McMurray. Did not graduate from Overton. I should have, but my family moved away. I was also not born here, but my formative years, and the reason I'm a Nashvilleian and I consider myself a native Nashvilleian, is because I was raised here. And I also spent 6 years in our school. I taught 5 years at Hillsborough. My background is high school math, so I can't do anything about that, love it or hate it. That's what I've done. So.
Thank you so much. And I also want to point out that Dr. Changus is in the audience. He was on the hot seat at our last town hall, and I guess enjoyed it so much that he decided to join us. Nope, you stay where you are. It's your turn. It's your turn. And I also want to acknowledge our board members who are in the audience, because we are using these town halls as sort of listening sessions for board members and other district leaders. So Chair Buggs and Ms. Tyler and Frida Player Peters, appreciate y'all. And John Little. But now I am going to bring up Dawn Johnson, who is the PAC secretary, and she's going to begin by asking the questions that came in online, even as, I think it's who's collecting cards. Okay, see those raised hands there? They'll be collecting the cards for the additional questions. So Dawn?
All right, so when Emily said you were in the hot seat, this is because families sent in questions prior to the event this evening. So our first question is for Dr. Williams. What sort of academic services is MNPS considering for students who are at or above benchmark level but don't qualify to be in the gifted and talented program?
Great, thank you. So I really appreciate the question, and I want to answer it in a couple of ways. I think there's some very practical things that are important to be aware of. The aforementioned ELA adoption. The idea of text complexity is really, really, really fundamentally important. We have research that traces all of the high school outcomes, ACT, and post-secondary outcomes to the level of text complexity that kids are able to engage in. So when we went through our ELA adoption a couple years ago, and the materials that are in our K-12 schools, it's really important to understand that as we define text complexity, that means that those texts are at or above grade level. So every student K-12, as our teachers are implementing that new curriculum this year, all kids should be receiving a really quality, enriching type literacy experience. Along with that, libraries. So if your student wants to go to the library, and when they search for books, the library, it's not just what they have at the school. It's all branch libraries and the downtown library across the district. So if you're looking for ways to enrich students, whether they have independent reading opportunity at school or even at home, There's certainly great ways that you can access a ton of books that just open up doors and windows to students based on their interests. And independent reading is one of the best things that students can do either at school or at home. In the middle school level, I would ensure that we all know that there are honors classes available as part of the gen ed curriculum. So when you think about social studies, science, math, and English language arts, there are honors courses that kids can take. There are 3 credit courses that students can take for high school credit in middle school. The 3 most common are Integrated Math 1, Spanish 1, and Physical Science. So kids can take those in middle school and get a leg up on their credits that they need for high school. The last thing I would mention as we think about our student-known philosophy, every student-known philosophy, it's important that we identify what kids' interests are, what their abilities are, what their talents are, what their potential is, and we provide experiences to help them meet that. And so we shouldn't think about my kid scored here at this test and then the experiences are defined by this test score, right? Let's talk about what the kid wants to achieve and accomplish as their life goals. And we'll ensure that all the experiences they have are rigorous and tailored to that.
Wonderful, thank you. Dr. Williams, you're not off the hook yet, and you're gonna really love this one because it's about math.
Oh gosh.
All right, so this particular parent was asking, where can I find information about additional tutoring for my 3rd grader in math? But I'm sure this is just, where can parents find tutoring support?
So a couple things. I wish I had a nice tiny URL to give everyone, and I don't have a presentation, but if you go to our MNPS site, MNPS.org, and you go to the search bar in the top right and you just type in at-home resources or free at-home resources, you will probably be overwhelmed with what you get because there's just a long, long list. And what we've done since the pandemic started was look for and curate resources that families could use at home to help kids with world language. There's some things, services are translatable for STEM, for math, for literacy, for social studies, for physical education, for visual and performing arts. So but the idea is once we realize we have a ton of stuff, that gives families opportunities to figure out what's 1 or 2 that work for us. What's 1 or 2 that work for us that we can be comfortable with and build a system with and have regular practice with. So if you go to the MNPS site and you look at free at-home resources, you'll find a ton of stuff that's available online. I do want to point out a couple of specific resources. Of course, Homework Hotline. I can give you the phone number. It is 615-298-6636. The support that you get when you get connected to a tutor is going to be a certificated Tennessee educator. And it's also, they offer help in 7 languages: English, Arabic, Spanish, Hindi, Farsi, Mandarin, and Swahili. So how about that? And then the other one for math is Khan Academy. And we've been working on a partnership with Khan to provide some of those supports and connect our teachers with the Khan platform so that if a kid is having, struggle with whatever topic, they have a platform they can go to. And of course, that's just khanacademy.org, Khan academy.org. And you can sign up, you can register, create an account. Again, that's available in multiple languages as well. So some of the specific math support you can get through Khan Academy is also fantastic. I do want to say, because the question was about 3rd grade, and I love the 3rd grade math standards. If you haven't read them, I don't advise you to do that necessarily. But there are 2 things that are really interesting about the math standards. So one of the things is to have all single-digit multiplication facts memorized. Well, that involves maybe some repetition and some repeated exposure and some flashcards. Fine. But it also, when you look at the standards, it talks about kids understanding the inverse relationship between multiplication and addition. So how do you problematize a flashcard? Well, 6 times 9 is 54. Got that, right? We can practice that. So what does that mean 54 divided by 9 is equal to? You just problematize that one thing, right, from a fact that they know because you're reemphasizing that connection between multiplication and division. And it's real simple to do. So if you have flashcards or you're creating problems, you can change the unknown. Maybe it's 54 equals 9 times what? And the answer to that is 6. But you've changed things around from just the routine equals means this. The other thing is the fraction standards are awesome. Kids really in 2nd grade look at a square and they divide it into fourths and they recognize 1/4 of that is named a 4th. They don't necessarily know how to write the number of 4th yet, but they're learning the concept of partitioning wholes. So then they're also looking at repeated addition. Raise your hand if you've heard of repeated addition before. Great. 5 times 4 is 5 groups of 4, right? And you multiply that 5 times and you get 20. But if I have a 7th and I have 5 copies of a 7th, what is that? 1/7 plus 1/7 plus what you're doing repeat addition is 5/7. So the idea of repeated addition and multiplication is based on fractions as well, and kids are really, really digging into that in 3rd grade, believe it or not. But it's pretty fantastic. So 3rd grade is awesome grade to start thinking about these mathematical concepts. But as a parent, I would also encourage you to, back to this idea of problematizing things, is to be a learner with your child. When they ask questions, let's go look at it together. Yeah, this is a really hard concept. Let's dig into it together. How can we get unstuck? How can we solve this together? So I think it's a great learning opportunity when kids ask questions and they want help from their parents or their teachers. It's a great learning opportunity to take advantage of.
Well, Dr. Williams, we definitely found your passion. And I'm not so sure that my daughter's really going to be excited that I found out about all these resources now. So this should be a lot of fun. Dr. Springer, now we have a question for you.
Okay.
As a parent, I'd like to learn more about the principles of SEL before my child is introduced to it. This is a new concept to my family. Will there be sessions for parents, as well as where can we learn about SEL?
Great question. And this is a great time to kind of level set about SEL and what it is. So SEL is a process which is designed to support the whole child development. So it's really focused on really preparing our students for the future. It's about practicing skills every single day that will get them to be college and career ready, as Dr. Williams mentioned earlier, and for success, life and beyond, right? Today, tomorrow, and beyond. Really, social emotional learning is about making sure that we provide opportunities for students to practice and to learn skills that, one, allow them to recognize and manage their emotions. Imagine a world in which adults that we've allowed an opportunity to hone that skill is able to practice that when they become an adult. Another area is demonstrating care and concern for others. Imagine a world where we're all caring and showing concern for one another, positive relationships with peers and adults, making good decisions, as well as just simply behaving in an ethical manner, respectful, and responsibly. That's adulting, is what I would call that. And it's our responsibility to provide those opportunities to reinforce what's being taught at home, and also to push our students to develop those skills even more. And so in MNPS, we're grounded in 5 SEL competencies, and they are, if you wanted to sum up what SEL is to us and across the nation, they are, number 1, self-awareness, 2, self-management, 3, social awareness, decision-making, and then finally, relationship skills. If our students have those 5 core SEL skills, they will be prepared to engage in life. They will be an engaged citizen, a responsible citizen, and quite frankly, ready for the world. The next part of that question was, as a family, how might I prepare? How might I learn more about SEL? And the amazing Student Support Services team has really crafted resources to support in that way. So we have the Family Engagement Team, who's headed up by Mariana Merritt, sitting to my right. She and team have crafted several videos preparing our families to support the SEL work at home around empathy, gratitude, you name it, anxiety even. Whatever a student might be going through, there are snippets of videos that are located on the MNPS YouTube channel. So you can go to YouTube, search MNPS, SEL, and you will find these amazing videos. In addition to that, we do have an MNPS SEL site. Dr. Williams mentioned going to that search bar when you get to the MNPS website, put in social emotional learning, and you will find a plethora of resources there that can support you as a family with getting in tune with SEL and believe it or not, it's just the day-to-day skills that we will all need. In addition to that, I believe there are other resources available. We have trainings that are up and coming for our families, more information to come, and we will share that with the PAC team so that it can be pushed out to our families as well.
That is great news. Oh, yes, Dr. Williams.
Please do, Dr. Williams.
I might, at risk of making another math connection, but something that we've been really intentional and we talk about a lot is this idea of integration. So again, if I could just draw back on some of the mathematics that I just shared. So if I pose the question to the class, which fraction is greater to 1, 3/4 or 4/3? Okay, kids are going to start to formulate their thoughts. Okay. But when I ask them their opinion and then their justification, then I ask them to discuss that with each other, they've got to learn to listen, self-regulate, be respectful, allow others to have their voice heard, listen intently and respectfully with your eyes, with your heart, with your ears. And so when we talk about SEL and academic integration specifically, everything that Dr. Springer just shared, but as we talk about what that looks like in the classroom as a fundamental part of teaching and learning every day, it should be part of the culture and the discourse that is part of all of our classrooms as well. So I just didn't want to leave off that point.
I absolutely love that you can bring everything back to math. I mean, it's amazing.
I was going for literacy, right?
Keep it up.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Dr. Springer. How much is MNPS investing in community connections through local organizations and disinvesting from policing students?
As mentioned earlier, our charge is really to prepare students for life and beyond. Our role is not to police students. And so we want to really focus on making sure that our students are in an environment that is an environment where they can thrive, an environment where the conditions are set such that they can soak up all that is being taught to them, and it is our responsibility to set those conditions. So we definitely connect with our community partners on the regular. In fact, just a few days ago, we as a support hub went to support one particular school. And brought in a multitude of community partners that are really truly about the work of reshaping the community that our students have to go to each and every single day. They came into the schools, they provided enrichment opportunities, again, teaching about the self-awareness, social awareness, et cetera, through some personalized experiences. So again, our role and responsibility is really truly about setting the right conditions for teaching and learning. That is our primary role. Social emotional learning provides an opportunity for us to do that, and an avenue and a vehicle for us to do just that by focusing on those 5 core competencies. We really focus in on connecting our partners to our schools so that our signature initiatives that we have that have moved forth in our district to support social emotional learning can thrive. And so that is the way we intend to partner with our community, listen to our community about what is really truly happening and what their supports that they need might be. And then we address the student needs that present themselves to us each and every day as they come into the school building.
Thank you very much. Dr. Williams, the district announced that they would be providing high dosage tutoring. How do we have access to it, and what subjects and grade levels are served?
Yeah, I can start the conversation, and Dr. Carrie Randolph, our Chief of Strategy, is here. You could probably fill in on more details if that's okay, Carrie. But the emphasis that we've started off in the fall is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade literacy. And we've really targeted focusing on those foundational skills where students are really learning the fundamentals of how to read. And then we've also targeted 8th and 9th grade math. And we felt that was important because that's right there, that transition, getting ready to go into high school. 8th grade and 9th grade math are so critical and instrumental to post-secondary success. Dr. Randolph, do you feel comfortable adding on a few details about high dosage tutoring? I know that she's led the charge very well.
Oh, I did not see the question. Thank you for that. So that was perfect, Dr. Williams, and we've partnered with CNI to make it successful for our students. We launched in 46 schools this fall, and that was really, we used the equity matrix to launch that initiatives to making sure it got to the students that where we could focus in some areas where we knew there was a lot of need. It's not that there's not need for tutoring everywhere, but we had limited capacity. So currently we have about 1,000 students receiving tutoring through Accelerating Scholars, with the goal of expanding that to more schools. We're going up to 90 schools this spring, and even more students. We are just, the grade level question is such a good one. That was both a research-based decision. When you look at the research-based in tutoring, which is very strong, honestly, it points at early literacy and those high school math, right before you get to high school math, and we know, not to give Dr. Williams a bigger platform, but we know that those high school math skills are super important for post-secondary success. So we wanted to go where we knew there was a lot of need. It doesn't mean we're excluding other grade levels, just we haven't gotten there yet is the way to think about that, and other content areas. So we are working as quickly as we can both develop really high quality curriculum and supports for tutors and get tutors on board. So.
Now, I would add two things, Dr. Randolph, for pinch hitting there. I appreciate that. We've been really intentional too about the kids at the schools that are part of the decision, based on the equity matrix, that we've got our tier 2 and tier 3 interventions that we're going to provide. And so we're looking at, what kids would really benefit if they're not in intervention, but they need an extra additional layer of support to maybe remediate, catch up, make up ground, et cetera. So we're really thoughtful and intentional about using data and working with the school teams to identify kids that we believe would benefit the most.
Thank you. All right, because this is a very well-produced event, we'll be having a quick commercial break. Hold on for just a moment.
And for your enjoyment during that commercial break, I'm going to invite up Ms. Spencer from Migrant Family Engagement. I'm going to, Kwachi Spencer. I didn't want to say it wrong. So for a quick tip of the day. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kwachi Spencer. I'm here from the Department of Federal Programs Strategic Investments, and I'm here just to give you a little information about our migrant education program. Recently, TDOE has sent that program down the pike. It used to be done, everything used to be done at the state level to help our students, our migrant students. And so this year, we have been charged with doing that work from the district level. We have approximately 39 students that are identified as migrant, and what we do is use the funding from the state to supply services to those students, and some of those services are tutoring, basic needs, things of that nature. We are trying to reach all of those families because there are 39 students, but they're spread out over 26 schools. So we are using every opportunity possible to reach any parent who can reach those students. And this is one of those things I'm kind of taking my show on the road because I'm getting on to a couple of agendas just to say, if you know of a migrant family who is in need of some sort of service and they just may not be aware of what we can do from our district, please have them reach out to myself or Maya Young, who is our migrant liaison for the district. And we are willing and ready to help in any capacity necessary. One of the things that we are charged to do is to have a meeting such as this one, a PAC meeting for our migrant families, so that we can find out what their need is and be able to push in on those needs. We are having an asynchronous meeting because it is very cumbersome to get families from all those different schools to come together in one central location. So our first meeting is asynchronous, and we have an asynchronous presentation that is going to all of the families that we have identified. But we are also going to have a live showing of that asynchronous video the week of December 7th or December 6th. And Maya and I will be online to have a conversation with any parent who is interested from that migrant pool of parents and families. So just again, trying to get the word out. And if there's anyone who needs to get my information, please don't hesitate. I'll be here till the end of the meeting, and you can reach out to me again or Maya Young, and we will be glad to discuss the program further with you. Yes.
For clarification, would you let us know what a migrant family is?
Thank you so much. I have that in my notes and I didn't even say it. So migrant families are those who are identified as families or students that move from place to place for the purpose of work. So sometimes it's agriculture, farming. Here in Tennessee, we have a lot of migrant families that come and they may work at the Tyson factory or in farming. And so they move, and because of the transient nature of their work, we want to make sure that they don't lose opportunities for education, which is why tutoring is so important for that particular population. Thank you for that question. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right, Dr. Williams and Dr. Spencer, we're now on, I'm sorry, Dr. Springer. My apologies. Yeah, she was like, I'm off the hook. We have about 6 minutes left for some questions, and then we'll close out the meeting so they can get to the school board meeting. So my first one is here for Dr. Williams is, how are students flagged or admitted to honors courses in middle school?
Yeah, so can you all hear me again? Okay, so honors courses, there's middle school principals have a consideration matrix where they're looking at who might be good candidates to be successful based on some prior data, some previous experiences, but you're also looking at qualitative things like student interest, maybe teacher recommendations. So there's a variety of ways that students can avail themselves of those opportunities. I think the best thing to do to understand what opportunities are available at the school is to reach out to the principal. I think that's the best thing to do. There are some things like enrolling through the virtual school if the school doesn't have it. There are also some small things that are lesser known, like contracted honors, where students could actually be in another class in a sort of a hybrid or mixed class. And as long as they agree to commit to doing other things that the state board has identified as would constitute what makes an honors class, they can be awarded honors credit and receive that extra enrichment. So we have a comprehensive thing, but I also want to be very, very clear that we have no gate. There's no gatekeeper. There's no limitation for anyone to ever say, no, we don't think you should do honors. That should never be a conversation. If the kid expressed interest, if we think they'd be good at it, they should have every opportunity to engage in those rigorous courses and be successful.
Dr. Springer, what, if any, changes, such as edits, additions, or adjustments, have been made to SEL interventions in wake of the interruption to classroom learning caused by the pandemic?
Thank you for that question. What we found was prior to the pandemic, the team headed up by Kyla Kringle and now Dr. Jamie Lomax have been very thoughtful about what our students needed. And so they wrapped around supports for students, staff, and families as it relates to social emotional learning. And then since then, what we knew and anticipated was that there needed to be a larger investment, budget investment, financial investment in social emotional learning. And as a result, from that, we knew we had to make a shift in how we were connecting with our students. So that first investment was going to be the advocacy centers. And I am happy to say that all of our elementary schools have access to an advocacy center coach who can assist with dysregulation, making sure there's a safe space within a school to get their needs met and then quickly get back into the classroom. In addition, what we know now is that we'll need additional supports in our middle and high school. And our idea is that we want to standardize this level of supports for all of our students. So regardless of what school you attend, you will have access to a restorative practices assistant who is focused and grounded in providing that social emotional learning support, conflict resolution, and repairing harm for the community. So we are thankful for that investment. That'll be in our middle schools and high schools. And then shortly right after the pandemic, there was a notion that we needed to make sure that we connected with every student and make sure that every student was known, cared for, and respected. And hence was the execution of the Navigator program. And what we know about the Navigator program is that it was instrumental in making sure that we connected with a student in every single day. So every student had a check-in, is connected to a navigator, a person that can help them to navigate through whatever might come their way, so that they can align supports accordingly, help a student problem solve, set goals with a student. And so that is what we are knew that our students would need. And so every student has a navigator. Every student this year has a weekly check-in, and our students, they're so wonderful. They do their own self-reflection. They know how they feel around those SEL competencies, the self-awareness, decision-making, responsible of relationship skills. So they rate themselves. The teachers have an opportunity to provide feedback to our students. And if there's something that we see within that data that says that, hey, this student needs some extra layers of support, then those supports are aligned accordingly. So again, the team has been very thoughtful about what is needed prior to the pandemic and then after, still in the pandemic, but after we return back to school and continuing to do so from here on out.
Last question, Dr. Williams. Will Promising Scholars be more education-based going forward? I had 2 high school students who did minimal work this past summer, and it did not seem to be worthwhile to send them throughout the summer.
Yes, thank you for the question, and sorry that was the experience, and it's on us to reflect on feedback such as that. We're looking at our data, we're looking at our outcomes. We've already begun having conversations about ways we can revise, revamp, reimagine what that summer experience looks like. So we've already been, full force into meetings, looking at the curriculum, looking at the feedback from the teachers, looking at feedback from the students actually, of course, such as that, to understand where we can scale what worked, what was good, what was enjoyable and productive for kids, but also where we fell short. There was a timeline last year. We were under pressure to get it up and going, but now that we are taking advantage of a longer runway to make sure those experiences are much more meaningful. So that's a promise that we're committed to filling.
Great, thank you.
Please. Oh, yes, please, Dr.
Dr. David Williams. I might add, Promising Scholars was really intended to ensure that we kept our students engaged and to avoid that summer slide that typically may happen. And what we noted in the data for this year, for those students that attended Promising Scholars, they tended to have higher outcomes than those who did not attend Promising Scholars. And so for that, we know that we're on the right track, and we know that there are some refinements as usual, because we are about the business of continuous improvement in all that we do. And so until we get it right, we'll continue to refine. But we intend to have a full, robust Promising Scholars program for this coming summer and hope that we get the word out so that we will have all of our students, including my own, attending Promising Scholars in the summer.
Great, thank you. This has been fabulous. I hope MNPS puts you all on like a road show. You two work very well together, yes. To close us out for this evening, we're going to have BB Hines come up and finish us out for tonight. Thank you both. This was very informative.
Sorry, I'm jumping in front of EB real quick. I just wanted to let y'all know we received questions about high school start times. And I just wanted to acknowledge we received those. We tried to stay on the track of what our experts were able to answer at this point, but I want you to know it's something that is being considered. And as always, we want to hear from all sides. I did want to thank Anna Thorson for being here. She is ahead of an advocacy effort. If you go to startschoollater.net/Tennessee, that's a group of parents you can connect with if that is your leaning, is to advocate for later start times. We also very much want to hear from all sides of the conversation. So if you have some strong feelings about keeping it the way that it is. Anyway, just to let you know, as with all topics, We would love to hear from you. Reach out to your board member. Reach out to the PAC that can help you sort of navigate where to go within MNPS. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted y'all to know we're getting your questions. And also to really quickly thank our expert panel for the afternoon. I appreciate you so much jumping in and being willing to just kind of go with it with the questions. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you for coming. I want to point out a few folks. We're hoping that when we meet at these town halls that we start the conversation. By the way, I'm BB Hines, PAC chair. So Tanae Franklin is here, and she is the cluster coordinator for Pearl Cone. Overton cluster coordinator is here, Dawn. McGavick cluster coordinator, Bethina's here. Anna's here from Hillsborough cluster. We're trying to get everyone meeting and talking. Hopefully next time, some of the MNPS staff will sit over here too. It's like my wedding is like this side. So we'll try to mix up more now that we all have masks and everything. So we don't know when the next PAC town hall will take place. I think it's going to be January. So we'll keep everybody posted and updated. We got a lot of questions tonight. We then have to go figure out how to get those remaining questions addressed so we can post it on the website. We're looking for more volunteers, so if you would like to join the PAC, please get with Dawn over here. She's currently recruiting for our nominating committee. So again, make sure you talk to Dawn and Bethina and Tanae before you leave. And that's my time. Thank you very much. Have a good night. All right.
Thank you.
And this meeting.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.